Good evening and thanks for joining us on the news. I am Franklin Onyekachi. In the news tonight, wife of the governor, Chief Mrs. Obiano, asked Nigerians to be selfless in promoting harmonious coexistence amongst people. Victorious Team Nigeria at 2018 Technovation World Pitch in California, USA returns. 252 special advisors and assistants in Sokoto State resign. On the foreign scene, Mali's Constitutional Court declares incumbent Keita winner of runoff elections. Anambra State Governor is to address the erosion challenge in Akpo Village, Ukpo, in Dunukofia local government area within 1 month. Governor Willie Obiano disclosed this when he visited the erosion site. Government House correspondent Kenechukwu Ofoma tells us more.
The erosion, which is already threatening to cut the Ukpo bypass in two, is said to have intensified after a recent torrential downpour. It was observed that there is an ongoing construction to retain the walls so as to check the challenge, which was allegedly caused by improper termination of drainage. Speaking after he went round the site, Governor Obiano, who noted that money will be released immediately for the intervention work, said work has been ongoing at the site at a moderate pace due to paucity of funds. He pointed out that his government is presently intervening in many erosion sites, constructing roads and meeting other responsibilities without receiving any assistance from the federal government, and assured that his government will not allow the challenge escalate further. He appealed to the federal government to release the funds owed the state for works on federal roads to enable him intensify work across various projects he is handling.
You know, by the time I get contracted girls, I get here. I got a lot of labor in the next 1 month. You all know that. We're just managing. You know, that's why we have not done all that we can here. We're hoping that they will be able to pay the 43.8 billion that we are being owed so that we can accelerate some of these jobs.
The member representing Dunukofia constituency in the State Assembly, Mr. Lawrence Ezodo, said the governor's visit to the site has reassured the people of government's commitment towards their welfare, noting that aside the threat to life which the Gully challenge constitutes, it had also cut off access to major markets in the constituency from the agrarian parts.
You see, when you move motions and the motions get supported and you get a resolution, and the Excellency also coming to the site with the contractors, with the Commissioner for Environment, it shows that the government is serious. Knowing fully well that erosion has devastated a large area in Anambra State because of our topography, our soil texture, and His Excellency has been doing it all over. We have almost about 1,000 active erosion sites in Anambra State. And we also praying the federal government to do the needful.
The President General of Ukpo, Mr. Vincent Oyilago, thanked the governor for his promise to address the challenge in the nearest time, while a resident in the area, Mrs. Bridget Oba, harped on the need for urgent government intervention on the site, as they now live in constant fear and anxiety due to the challenge. From Ukpo in Dunukofia Council area, I am Kenechukwu Ofoma, reporting for ABS News.
Wife of the governor, Chief Mrs. Ebelechukwu Obiano, has called on Nigerians to imbibe the virtue of selflessness in order to promote harmonious coexistence amongst the people. In a message marking the 2018 World Humanitarian Day, Chief Mrs. Obiano said the day reminds the people of the need to be humane and selfless in their relationship with one another in the face of some daunting challenges facing mankind. She called on the affluent in the society to reach out to their neighbors and those in need. The governor's wife, whose message was signed by her chief media officer, Mr. Emeka Uzumba, maintained that she will continue to use the Caring Family Enhancement Initiative, CAFE, to support the less privileged, most especially indigent women and widows, many of whom she maintained have received 2-bedroom bungalows which she built and donated across the state, and over 4,000 others trained and empowered in various vocational skills. She further stated that her passion is not just helping the needy, but in teaching the people how to become self-reliant. The World Humanitarian Day is a day set aside to recognize humanitarian personnel and those who have lost their lives working for humanity. A new dawn has come for palm farmers in Azia Ihiala local government area, as they can now process their oil in the easiest way possible with the opening of the most modern and mechanized oil processing mill by Wanko Agro Products Limited. The processing mill has the capacity to process over 8 tons of palm fruits in a day. Correspondent David Okpokwasile was at the grand opening and now reports.
From the back of the city, at the mountain top, popularly called Obieli Wenso Umudiokba Obama by locals, is now the place where farmers in Azia and nearby communities can process their oil without burning a great deal of energy, knowing that the only thing required of them is to take the bunch of palm fruit into the crane and leave the rest to the processor until the finished product comes out as palm oil. Commissioning the facility, the Commissioner for Agriculture, Mechanization, Processing and Export, Mr. Fambanefo, assured that the state government will continue to pilot agriculture as the mainstay of Anambra economy and promote mechanized agriculture. Mr. Mbanefo, represented by the Deputy Director of Agriculture in the ministry, Mrs. Ife Nwuzoka, said Nigeria still invests a fortune in importing palm oil and other products made from palm oil, and as such, government has continued to encourage such investments.
I want to Anambra, the Anambra State. Anambra State is one of the first choice investment destination. One way to attract the Castinium, Capacity Nobodoibo, Kakufa, Wenu.
The Managing Director of Wanko Agro Products Limited, Mr. Simon Madekwe, said he was motivated to invest in the state by the state government's Think Home philosophy campaigns focused on agricultural development and security infrastructure, as well as policies being put in place. He, however, regretted that access roads and electricity will remain a great obstacle to the factory since it is sited in a rural area for easy access to farmers, and called for state government's intervention. Other speakers at the event, including the member representing Ihiala 2 constituency in the State House of Assembly, Mr. Pascal Abodike, and the President General of Azia General Assembly, Chief Ken Madako, praised the initiative, saying it will create both direct and indirect job opportunities for many people in the community.
This our brother is among the people who have been fulfilling their corporate social responsibilities, giving back to the society. Because this is a guru as being preached by His Excellency, our dear Governor.
From Azia, Ihiala local government area, I am David Okpokwasile reporting for ABS News.
The victorious Nigeria team that won gold at the 2018 Technovation World Pitch in California, USA, junior category, arrived Lagos last night aboard a KLM flight. For details, let's join our studios.
The winning team, all residents of Anambra State and made up of students from Regina Pacis Model Secondary School, Onitsha, had won with their app which will help detect fake drugs. Speaking exclusively to Anambra Broadcasting Service, ABS, the team made up of students, their principal, Reverend Father Vincent Ezaka, the team leader and coach, Uchenna Onwamwebu Ugu, said they will be traveling back to Anambra immediately to celebrate with their family. They thank Nigerians for celebrating them over their win, especially Governor Willie Obiano for his moral and financial support to the team. The team said that they were not downcast, that there was no funfair or federal government delegation to receive them at the Murtala Muhammad International Airport, Lagos, and said that if people did not come to receive them, they would cheer themselves up since they had made Nigerians happy.
I want to appreciate our various families that have supported us. I want to appreciate Father Daryl, right? He is the one that really supported us. His Excellency.
Okay, the governor of Anambra State.
Yes.
He's very supportive to your team, right?
Yes, before we left, in fact, he made the last week of our trip very, very low.
It was a moment of joy as former Miss Nkiri Zobi exchanged marital vows with engineer Moses Ifako in a wedding ceremony that marked the beginning of a holy union for the couple. The ceremony, which took place at St. Joseph the Walker Chaplaincy Unizik Oka, attracted people from all walks of life. Chidimma Ikanyon has the details.
Of the wedding ceremony was filled to capacity with men and women adorned in various colors of the day, comprising pink, gold, and sea green. That entrance by the couple set the stage for their new life together. Expressing their happiness, the newly wedded couple appreciated their guests for making out time to celebrate with them and promised to always put God first in everything they do. Earlier in a homily, a priest in the chaplaincy, Reverend Father Basil Uchoye, charged the couple to embrace the culture of love and understanding as major ingredients of a successful marital union.
You must invite your God as the Jesus made and Joseph were invited.
In an interview, a staff of ABS, who is an elder sister to the groom, Mrs. Maureen Stone Enujoke, and the sponsor of the couple, Barrister Chinedu Moore, expressed happiness at the success of the wedding and prayed God to bless their new home.
Living in peace and forget anything. Because once the person starts entering your marriage or being a part of it, it's going to crumble. But what I'm asking them is to lay their foundation on Christ, because there is nothing God cannot do through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
So it's virtually like the song to me. Because we're humble. It's more easy to worship the person to grow.
Exchange of vows, signing of marriage register, and dances by the couple, as well as cutting of cake featured at the wedding ceremony. In Oka, I am Chidimma Ikanyon reporting for ABS News.
We pause here for public service announcement. 252 special advisors and special assistants appointed by the Governor Aminu Waziri Tambuwal's administration have resigned their positions. The affected aides said their resignations were informed by the recent decision of the Sokoto State Governor to dump the All Progressives Congress, the party which they are bona fide members of in the state. They stated that their resolve to remain in the APC will not allow them to function in their respective positions under Tambuwal's government. Addressing journalists in Sokoto, the spokesman for the SS, Dasuki Haski, also said their decisions were hinged on their loyalty to the party, saying they deemed it fit to state categorically that they are not ready to join Governor Tambuwal in his new party, which was what informed their decision. Here is Blessing Ohije with the business news.
Many times, customers are disappointed to know that banks do not fund business plans. According to articles.bplan.com, there are 10 things to look out for or expect a bank to ask for when you apply for a commercial loan for your business. They include collateral. What can you give in place of the funds? Business plan in this case. What are the one-by-one plans for the money if granted? The bank will also ask about all your business financial details. In this case, that's your business. How viable has it been in the recent past? The bank also needs the complete details on accounts receivable, complete details on accounts payable, complete financial statements, preferable audited or reviewed. They will also ask about your personal financial details, insurance information, copies of past returns, agreement on future ratios, and many others. And once you have satisfactory answers to this, the bank will surely fund your business plan. But don't expect funding if any is missing.
This business news is brought to you courtesy of Ezebo Microfinance Bank Limited. formerly Umudioka Community Bank, and Figo Market, Umudioka. We bridged the gap.
Foreign scene, Mali's Constitutional Court on Monday declared Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta president after the 73-year-old incumbent won elections that his opponent, former minister Soumaïla Cissé, 68, said were marred by fraud. Keïta was victorious in a runoff on August 12 that, according to official results issued by the court after a one-hour session, gave him 67.16% of the vote. He will begin his second 5-year term on September 4. His re-election came despite fierce criticism of failures to tackle jihadist violence and ethnic tensions that have rocked the impoverished Sahel state. Keïta's major challenge as he starts the new term will be to strengthen a 2015 peace accord between the government-allied groups and former Tuareg rebels that the government sees as a cornerstone of peace. Cissé, 68, picked up 32.84% of the vote, according to the official results. He filed a petition to say that some of the results were rigged. By his calculation, he won the election with 51.75% of the vote. But the court rejected his petition as being inadmissible or unsupported by evidence. It was all tears as family, friends, and well-wishers paid their final respect to a retired Chevron staff, late Uche Dorothy Obele, at the Obele family compound in Urejumofo, Ifite Northia, Njikoka local government area. Miss Uche Dorothy Obele, age 54, led a life described as fulfilled by immediate family members. Valentine Mbadoa was at the burial ceremony and completes the report.
Ms. Obele had also worked with the Department of State Security Service, DSS, before joining Chevron. Speaking to the ABS, her elder siblings, Dr. Daniel Obele and Ms. Victoria Ngozi Obele, regretted the sudden departure of their sister, who they described as an angel, noting that she lived for God and humanity. They, however, expressed gratitude to God as they believed that her commitment to the things of God and service to humanity will fetch her God's mercy, as no one is perfect before the Lord. They appreciated those that came from far and wide to sympathize with them and prayed that God will grant them journey mercies back to their respective destinations. The burial program was heralded by a requiem mass at St. Anthony's Catholic Parish, Iftenofia, where a visiting priest, Reverend Father Anthony Moore, had earlier in a homily described Ms. Uche Obele as a true Christian and called on the family to be consoled instead of weeping as though they have no hope, noting that those that lived and died for Christ will be rewarded with eternal life. He then called on Christians to live their life for Christ, as death is an inevitable price all must pay, while he prayed for the repose of her soul.
He showed us the way to heaven. In the gospel we had this morning, he said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. If you are looking for the way to follow, and he says, look at me. All the men that choose this, give them, they don't have.
In their comments, cousins to Ms. Uche Obele, Chief Innocent Obele, and Mr. Kenneth Nwokocha described her demise as a shock and unexpected, but remain thankful to God, as according to them, God knows the best. She is survived by her only daughter, Ms. Carol Eteye, her sisters and brothers, Ngozi, Ogechukwu Daniel and Joseph, in-laws, cousins, uncles, amongst others. Condolence visits by old schoolmates, DSS and Chevron colleagues, associates, friends, and well-wishers, amongst other sympathizers, form the high point of the event. From Ifitenofia in Njikoka local government area, I am Valentine Mbadowa reporting for ABS News.
And now, in the world of sports, the presidency on Monday said it recognized the Amaju Pinnick-led executive of the Nigerian Football Federation as the authentic executive of the federation. The senior special assistant to the vice president on media and publicity, Mr. Laolu Akonde, disclosed this in a message he posted on his Twitter handle at Akonde OJ. Akonde said the federal government had already conveyed his position to the World Football Governing Body, FIFA. He said the government will continue to work with stakeholders to resolve the federation's dispute in due time, adding that government is upholding NFF's treaty obligations to FIFA. Log on to, remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by logging on to our website, www.absradiotv.com, and on Facebook at www.facebook.com/absradiotelevision. Follow us on Twitter at absradiotv. And to end the news, another look at the headlines. Wife of the governor, Chief Mrs. Obiano, has asked Nigerians to be selfless in promoting harmonious coexistence amongst people. Victorious Team Nigeria at the 2018 Technovation World Pitch in California, USA, has returned. 252 special advisors and assistants in Sokoto State have resigned. And on the foreign scene, Mali's Constitutional Court has declared incumbent Keita winner of the runoff election. I am Franklin Onyekachi. Thanks for watching and do have a pleasant night rest.